Yesterday, I received a WeChat message from a senior sister from Shenzhen. She practiced the scriptures and burned the offerings quickly, and her wishes were quickly achieved and always fulfilled. Let us call her Sister Yue below. Sister Yue, I would like to tell my brother that the City God of Shenzhen is in charge, and begged him to solve a big problem and solve it. It was a big warehouse that I shared with you by a senior brother before, with strict requirements, twists and turns of the process, and the hard journey. Today is finally complete. A lot of people haven't solved it for half a year. I begged the City God to burn the confession, read the hard scriptures. I signed the contract today, and it was finally complete. Thank you, Brother Qinglianchi, for giving us a quick solution to life's problems. It's a problem that has not been solved for more than half a year. I begged Master Chenghuang to be successful for half a month. I am the origin picture of the burning palace 3000 ingot 2000 all over the Heart Sutra. Yuanbao was burned twice, Heart Sutra 20 I finished reading it around the day. Burn the soldiers and horses who are doing things 100 Yuanbao. The one burned at the land temple in Wanxia village is burned against the land god. It will cost millions of investment in the later decoration of the warehouse. Please continue to ask Grandpa Chenghuang to bless you. To sum up, big things will be done with sincerity and will come true quickly. Qinglianchi, the speed of the city god and the land god, I have explained in detail many times before. In secret law, worldly careers are often entrusted to the Dharma protector to do so. This involves the practice of the ghosts and gods of the ministry of Capricorn. Through the practice of anger, they liven the strong Buddha and slowness, and make the heavens, medicine forks, rachars, ghosts and gods, etc. to do all the cause for the practitioners. In some of the magical methods of the Jinggang, it is mentioned that the practice to the Rasha girl appears. It can be used to summon all the night fork Rasha and their families. Be able to fill all the wealth that the walkers ask for. It can also be used at will out of underground hiding. The night fork appeared as a servant of the chanter. All servants dare not go against it. Or send all the treasure to yourself. Or go out and hide in the ground. When the recitation is rich. In the later stage of the development of the secret law, the strict division of labor was very obvious. I am responsible for the understanding and your liberation, and the Dharma protector is specially responsible for completing the world's food and fulfilling the needs of the world. For example, the original image of the Supreme Yoga Department is to achieve the ultimate Buddha's fruit, and his family members, such as the God of Dharma protectors and God of Wealth, help you complete the various desires and remove obstacles in the process of practice. Based on this insight and interest, I often advise people to combine the original image with the heavenly department to encourage rapidity. According to realistic feedback, the effect is also quite good, and it can be heard as quick response. Previously, a Tibetan brother shared. There used to be a home sergeant who didn't do much work. After practicing like this for a few years, everything in the house was used up. He was worried about such a day when he couldn't make ends meet. He had a dream at night. He used to practice intensive Jinggang. The dense Jinggang entrusted him with a dream and achieved what I came to give you, but wealth is given to you by the mother of financial resources. You can cultivate the mother of financial resources. Then he closed the gate and read the mother's heart spell for 7 days, and then he left the customs 7 days later. After leaving the customs, he lay down on the beach. My mother, who had been repairing for 7 days, is still so poor. What should I do? I fell asleep with a scream. After going to bed, a green horse came out beside him. The green horse dug sand with its hoofs, and the sound woke him up. When he woke up, he saw a green horse, which was strange, and then in an instant the horse was out of motherhood. Then he went to dig this place where the horse dug and dug out 7 treasure chests, including gold treasure chests, silver treasure chests and so on. After the 7 boxes were dug out, he became very rich. After 2 or 3 years of life, he had a desire in his heart. I'm so rich now, but I can enjoy it for a long time when I'm so old. At this time, the financial mother arrived in the evening and said, you can enjoy 300 years. And I'll help you. After having this dream, he inexorably went to the place where he had dug the treasure before. The end of the story is that this man really lived for more than 300 years. He went to live in the Dragon Palace and went to the Pure Land of Duma after his death. Details will be shared later. From this case, what we can know is that I have different virtues and sexual virtues, and it is best to practice the method according to one's own mind. Some God of Wealth is specialized in managing wealth, or increasing wealth. With this vow, you will naturally gain wealth quickly if you practice it. And what I usually introduce is to hold the gods of the earth with the bodhisattva and the bodhisattva of the earth, and there are countless people who feel it. In a province, city, town, village, the city god and the land god are the governors and administrators of a place. If you encounter difficulties in real life, work, or family and learn to turn to them, your help must be very quick and obvious, because they are close to us and have the priesthood. And you also major in the Dharma of the Buddha, such as Guanyin and Dizang, which is strictly different from the believers in the world, and are different from those Shinto. Because you're Buddha disciples, even at the moment you look at the Buddha, you are the Buddha. With the help of my Lord's virtue, the gods of the world will help you in his face. Based on this unique insight, you can honor and worship the gods of the world, but you can ask, support and ask them to do things together. In Tantra, it is called entrusting a career, entrusting your affairs to the world, the worldly guardian god. Usually, you also see other religious practitioners, new believers, who like to go to the land temple to burn paper and offer incense wax. They are very positive and enthusiastic. As Buddhists, disciples who practice esotericism are completely different from their practices, both from their positions and opinions. This distinction lies in the fact that the believers in the world are like this, ordinary Shanqin disciples support kowtow, ask God to do things. Yogi is a change of identity and insight. Comply with Lakshmi, the senior sister's master. When he saw the mountain god in his dream, he saw himself as a supporter. Specifically, self-esteem, support, joint palm inquiry and trust the business. You are not only going to pray for the gods to do things, but also to practice them. Buddha, to practice the avail or treasure bodhisattva, with compassion, bodhisattva, and ambivalence. This is the ultimate teaching. You have left the three worlds, so you are a disciple of the world-honored one and will become a Buddha in the scriptures. The Buddha also says that converts to ordained disciples should not worship the heavens, but should rely on their Dharma virtues. You have a bodhicitta and are willing to become righteous for all affection. At this time, your relationship with the gods of the world is a kind of the way to make a relationship. They help you achieve your career and be your partner. You give and make offerings to them, so that you can form a good relationship and a bodhi bond. Why is it required to read Buddha and Bodhisattva's mantras, hard scriptures and bright truths in the order I usually introduce? The purpose is to plant a seed of bodhi and prajna in a secular origin. Common fate turns into pure fate, develop bodhicitta together, and share the same circle of wisdom. Therefore, convenient is the ultimate, so that you can enter the Buddha's wisdom. You have incorporated the ultimate bodhicitta and sutra into this convenient prayer world god, and no longer simply do the same thing as folk gods and wizards. At such a time, when the offering map or ingots are given to the land god of the city god, you can visualize that you are a bodhisattva. At least you should call the bodhisattva to the scene and then chant the scriptures. You can simply chant the heart sutra or not. Empty the mantra of the cause, the sacred name of the earth, etc. With the vet of the Buddha, this kind of qigqiu will be carried out more quickly and smoothly. Through such a rich offering and a wonderful offering, the gods have been promoted by material and intellectual blessings, and your career has been completed, resulting in a bodhi bond. In terms of support, if you pray for great wishes, do great things, etc. Great support is necessary. You treat someone to a bowl of rice and have a big meal are two different. For Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they are free from their habits and will not have this distinction. If you are respectful and sincere, you will have merit. But your respect and generous efforts will create a unique blessing for yourself. As for the earth god, I have written before, and it appears in the biography of the great Chief Dunju Lingpa and Jiang Gongkong Chu Rinpoche. Dunju Lingpa 51. When I was old, I met the empty mother of Liu Yuan and told him, next year, the boy treasure bodhisattva will be born as your son, which will be of great benefit to Hong Fa Lixing. Good at holding long demons, launching military chaos, and dropping knife rain, relying on the land god and the red and black knight fort guardian god to govern. If you can destroy the demons, don't forget it in your heart. 57. When I was a year old, I met my mother Daji Bakama. She said, what a wonder. A good man with fate, traveling to this place is to reward the god of the land. Recite 100, 000 degrees of Mother's mantra 100, 000 do what you wish, join Dharani Sutra, insert many prayer flags, chant the Lotus Master's heart mantra, and repeatedly solve it back to cover it. Every year, it is important to rely on the Kazhang and subdue the demons. Reward the empty practice of the Buddha's mother, diligently practice the pure religious Rituals, complain about the enemy in the north, wipe small statue of the mud tower year after year, and disguise it as a dharni, so it is a good thing to do. The empty mother of wisdom in the Dharma world appeared and said directly to the Lord, Donju Lingba, that traveling in this place should reward the gods of the land. In fact, as we usually say, you want to go to a place, or live in a place, and reward the god of the land, which will help you in all aspects of your life and work. Sister Yue, I still read it. 2,000 the scriptures are scattered, because I'm too busy taking care of my baby at work. I have successfully completed the 5+ lines in a year. Perhaps for this basic reason, everything is more effective and faster to repair later, and I still have to lay a good foundation for the practice. My husband asked for the Buddha as mother. My husband and I are looking for the big Beidou 7 stars for promotion. Thank you very much. Qinglianchi, this senior sister as practice is very effective. Last time I posted about the deeds in my circle of friends, she burned the big Beidou 7 stars. Xinjuan fell into a dream. She pulled Xinjuan's sleeve and talked for a long time, and Xinjuan was not annoyed. Soon her husband was promoted. She finished the 5+ lines, which is a big foundation. Many people ignore this, which is actually an important resource. I once heard that there was a personal career that was prosperous and rich, and he contributed 400,004 manza. He has this merit and food to turn into the blessings of the world. If ordinary people don't have it, they will naturally ask for less, or if they are not blessed, something will happen. The 5+ line is usually for conversion, development of heart, practice of Dang, Sa confessions, offering manza and master yoga. It is a process of net obstacle fundraising, which lays the foundation for further revision. Buddha disciples of Arhan, if you wish to worship Dizang Bodhisattva 100,000 times, burn offerings and offerings to Dizang Bodhisattva 100,000 times, body and mind, and practice will surely rise to one level. Quantity change can achieve qualitative change. Nowadays, most people lack a down-to-earth spirit. Most of them steal their minds and want to take shortcuts by speculation, but they go very slowly. Sister Yue, Zhuoming Buddha's mother, is a living Buddha of the Sakya school. There is no ritual, just a simple mantra. He is not my converted master either. I took another female older friend to find this master. Master also sent a hard curse to her, and her friends soon got married and had children. Have a 3-year appointment every day. I don't have much homework. My number is Liu San. After signing up for a 3-year appointment, I dreamed of you and the strong god of Viru. You sit in a beautiful place, with a large piece of paper floating from the sky above your head. There are countless methods on the paper, but I can see it clearly. Finally, I see 4 very clear words, strong god. I can remember exactly. It happened before last year. I remember that the place was beautiful. You sat so high. Specifically, you didn't see the image of a solid god. I have seen a Bodhisattva in my dream, as the Buddha mother and the Green Mother Bodhisattva. Qinglianchi, I think I must have cultivated and bonded many methods in my past, leaving a relatively deep mark in Array's knowledge. So in the past, when I was sleeping or meditated, I would see scriptures and spells that were not available in the world, and some of them were written on paper. Sometimes I record it, and some I don't remember when I wake up. As I introduced, the inheritance from esotericism, and some are the manifestation of my own experience and mind, which is very effective when cultivated based on feedback. For example, after the solid earth god, I practiced the great offspring goddess, and later I found that the Japanese Tami practiced in this way. And I knew before when I was reciting the spell, it might be a reminder of the Dharma protector. Once again, when I was cultivating the god of the firm ground, the appearance of the Peacock King appeared in front of my eyes. I was shocked. Does this mean that the Peacock King will the solid divine order be particularly effective? Of course, there are still some things I got secretly that I didn't write down. For example, Bingjiliuo boy, when I couldn't practice the empty method, I saw on the page of the book naturally showing his secret practice of Bingjiliuo, which is nothing in the world, as well as the secret method of the trick girl, and the connection between the free sky. Yesterday, a senior brother who practiced in Dongmi told me that the secret view of the jewels of the trick goddess and the illusion of the trick goddess are very secret. If you have cultivated, you can be distracted and separate the incarnations. You can incarnate to go to the sacred place, the pure land, or the heaven, the dragon palace and other places. For example, he often practiced the secret view of jewels and entered the peach forest to practice. The further practice of this illusory incarnation is to cultivate the fruit position of a bad bodhisattva and avoid reincarnation. In this regard, it is even more secretive. I hope that the samadhi practice in this area, if there is a good opportunity in the future, can systematically inform the seniors who want to practice the Dharma that the Dharma is extremely precious. With the magic of the heavenly woman, she drank peach blossoms in 10 miles. One secret I want to tell you here is, if you hold it, or give birth to a realm, you can feel the cultivation of all the heavens, which can not only capture the corresponding, but also know its secrets. Sister Yue, before I moved, the bodhisattva at home felt very effective. After moving, I felt that it was not so easy to feel. Now I don't know how to solve it. Looking at your article, I want to reopen the light. I feel that it's better to ask my master to reopen the light, waiting for fate. Qinglianchi, moving requires a ritual, otherwise it will destroy the energy field and magnetic field, and it will not work very well. Tantra has a ritual to invite the Lord back to the Dharma world. I have written related articles before. Before moving, please return to the Dharma world, resettle it, and then ask the master to move in. Sister Yue, please come to my home in the future and reopen the blessing. During the moving process, the moving company may not be as good as the law and press the statue of the Avalokitesvara with other boxes. At that time, I was very much exhorting. There were too many things to take care of. Later, when I moved, I felt like it was no longer effective, and I repented. In the most difficult years, nothing went smoothly, felt lonely, poor, not as good as possible, and also depressed. After coming into contact with Buddhism, I immediately practiced the Dharma. Except for work, I spent the rest of my time practicing the Dharma. After a year, I was transferred. That year, I met countless people who helped me warm me. At the end of the year, I offered a lamp in front of the Buddha, knelt down to repent of my past karma, and confessed to tares.